Well, that's not actually true.
It's actually not true.
A lot of people think that.
That's a common myth. You know, I've heard that.
Okay, that one actually is true.
And this is
Should Have Asked the Tour Guide.
Hey, can you explain the layout of DC?
So, street layout. Starts with the Capitol building. Where does it go from there, Becca?
So the Capitol building is sort of the center of the map, and that all the streets converge at the Capitol. So we have a quadrant system that can be quite confusing if you've never been here before. Northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast, which means that there's 4 first streets and 4 second streets, and onward and onward. So knowing your quadrant is really important, and paying attention to street addresses is very important, especially if you signed up for one of our tours.
Yes. Accurate. Very accurate. So, multiple first streets, but we also have like multiple C streets.
Yes, yes.
What letter are we missing, Rebecca?
B and J.
Where there's a B street, isn't there? On this side? Oh yeah, I guess Constitution. There's an A street on this side. There's not an A street on the other side. See, even tour guides.
B Street, yeah, see? B Street's kind of Constitution
And Independence.
and Independence.
So what's the other one that's missing?
J.
And
No J
why
Street.
is there no J Street?
So the story
Well, that's how I phrase it too.
goes, there's a founding father named John Jay. No one really liked him. He was one of the first Supreme Court justices, and he was notoriously difficult. Bad-tempered, just ornery. And they didn't want to give him a street because then he would think it was named after him, and no one really liked him. So we just skipped J.
Do you know what's funny about that though? So there's no letter J. Like so just the letter J. But there is a J-A-Y street now. And his last name was not the letter J, it was
No,
J-A-Y.
J-A-Y.
So there is actually a street named after him
Yes.
now, just well after he
his
could
death.
have been aware about it.
Yes.
But that's not true, right?
No.
Why is there no what
Because
what
I
is the story? that you
I
think?
and J are so similar.
Okay, good, that's what I heard too.
Especially when we look at the 19th century writing styles, I, J, capital I, all our lettered streets are capitalized.
Yes.
I, J look too similar, it would be too confusing.
Capital I. That's what I thought you were saying. I was very confused. Well, because yeah, I had heard that it wasn't everyone doesn't like him. It was that L'Enfant doesn't like
Yes.
him. And again, I don't know the man, but I feel like the stories I've heard about him, he was petty enough to
Yes.
have done something like
Yes,
that.
I've heard that too.
But they didn't actually.
I
know
would
each other.
definitely believe that about
Yes,
L'Enfant.
I would too.
You probably know John Jay best from the Federalist Papers.
Yes.
Is he mentioned in Hamilton?
Yes,
There you go. That's where everyone knows.
at the end of Act 1, nonstop.
What line?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No.
We will not perform Hamilton for you on this episode.
Not this time.
Come back,
Later.
and we probably will. Anything else about the layout of Washington, D.C.?
Constitution Ave used to be a river called the Tiber
Canal.
River.
Creek.
Creek. And
Creek.
back in those days, having a river outside of your front door was a money-making opportunity.
That's fair.
People would erect gates, and you'd have to charge them to go through the gate.
You know the
That's all
story of Constitution Avenue being paved over, right?
No.
So the story is that after the Civil War, huge boom in population in Washington, D.C., a lot more people here, a lot more waste, a lot more runoff, and the river, the creek, and the canal were starting to really smell. And Ulysses S. Grant was living in the White House at this point. You'd have to keep the windows open. It's hot in D.C. like it is today. You got to get breeze coming in. And apparently the smell was so terrible that Grant himself petitioned to have the street paved over.
Like it.
The rumor is he threatened to resign. I don't know if that's true, but that
I
he
like that
really
story.
advocated for getting rid of it because it just smelled terrible, and it was starting to be just.
But it's still there, right? Isn't the canal creek,
Underneath.
whatever,
Yes, right
the
underneath,
body
yeah.
of water
Underneath.
it?
But to pave it over so you wouldn't have the runoff and the stench.
So if you guys have any future myths, misconceptions, questions about Washington, D.C. or American history in general, comment below, let us know, tag us on social media, at Top Things to Do DC, hashtag should have asked the tour guide.